Oh, hey YouTube, my friend that doesn't like feet. Welcome back. Very casual video here. The sun shining through my window. I'm listening to whatever this song is, and I just feel like doing a video for the YouTube. A friend of mine on the Instagram space, Hi-Fi Turtle, had posted some things today about original content and how Meta and Instagram are going to be cutting back on things like unoriginal content and material or videos that are like reshared. So I'm hoping that means videos like reaction videos and reposts and reels that are another account made them. Now I have done that. I have used other reels in my Instagram space, and most recently, in order to gain the almost 18,000 new followers on Instagram, I have to admit, I did use a music video that was originated from another account. That account or that video ended up being very popular that week or 2 weeks, and it generated a lot of attention. Now, do I deserve it? That's questionable. I mean, the way that media works now, a lot of what media outlets and people are doing is reposting things that belong to someone else. There is a lot of work that is involved. Yes, there's a lot of editing in some cases, like my friend Jay, of course. A lot of people put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes in order to do that content. And is it fair? And I did the whole thing with sharing another video as a test because I didn't know, and you'll never really know what's in the trending until you try it. And then I tried it and I found out, like, hey, this is actually working for some reason. So do I deserve all those follows? I don't know. I mean, I've made it a moral duty to me to earn those follows. You know what I mean? Because I didn't make the video that I used, I feel like it's on me now to make the best kind of original content possible, which is talking to my audience, talking about audio, trying to answer questions about music or resources like where to find new music, where to buy music, new songs, where are you finding your music from? Like this, for instance, for me, is a Spotify curated playlist based on suggestions. And this, although it's Spotify and I don't care what the arguments are, allows me to find new music. Now, if I really like it, I can add it to Qobuz. If I like it even more than that, I can buy the CD, right? Like, there's no saying that I can't move from one medium to another medium. So for me, enjoying the music and finding resources to enjoy music is great. This also pairs with stuff like finding new gear. Like, I did review, and I want to say this now before I lose it, the Advanced Paris WTX Stream Tubes device, which I had a complete sort of like overview and breakdown of this. It's on my channel already, and I am using the Weem Pro Plus in my system right now, which is right there. So comparing these two, optical outs and then using the DAC in the Rotel, and then using the RCA outs from here and from here, in this system on my Rotel amp, which I don't have anymore because the Orchard Audio amp is in place. That's the Star Crimson Ultra, 250 watts per channel, 8 ohms, 500 into 4 ohms, 2 ohms stable. Check it out on the website. Thank you to Leo for lending me and allowing me to demo that. So the Advanced Paris with its tube front, Ethernet in, coaxial optical out, Bluetooth module adaptable, RCA out for the internal DAC, and the Weem Pro Plus, which is a very popular unit lately. I had them both in the system connected to the Rotel amplifiers. Excuse my very casual video. I did say it was going to be a casual video, did I not? In my experience with these devices, I honestly couldn't hear a difference. There's a huge difference in their function. For instance, the Weem app and the Advanced Paris app share the same sort of UI, but the stream, the Weem Pro Plus has much more features, stuff like EQ, stuff like search features. There are other settings in the software that are more advanced than the Advanced Paris, ironically. So in my listening tests and demos, which I didn't do or shoot any videos on, I find that the Advanced Paris was a good sound, and maybe in a more resolving system, not like an apartment with Arendal Towers, would you hear a difference. If somebody had a Macintosh setup or a higher end TAD or esoteric or you name it, like any of the really expensive stuff, maybe something like the Advanced Paris unit would resolve the differences. With these towers, even though they're 92 dB sensitive, and in this room, I couldn't resolve the difference. It's not to say that it doesn't have one. I can only report what I hear, right? And there's no sense in talking about the sound on camera, because you guys and I know both that the recording of the room is not like the room itself. And the only way you can ever judge my sound is if you're in the room with me. And I'm going to say this, you're not invited. Even if you can tell any remote locations in my videos, you're not invited. Yeah, we can figure out a different kind of arrangement for my friends if you want to come and check out the system at a different time. But yeah, anyhow, private affair. So yeah, while I have this beautiful ray of light coming in my window, it's almost sunset, and you're not going to be able to get a reflection there. Yeah, I thought I would just come in and say hello, and very grateful for my followers here, friendships and comments. Comments are the best. I appreciate it. We've moved on to another song here now. Lord knows what my thumbnail is going to be. I sometimes make one, and sometimes I don't. It all depends on what YouTube decides looks the best on video. It has its own algorithm. It is going to show stuff. Chances are it's going to show my feet because, somebody's like, hey, the best views to start a video and see your feet. Well, here it is, 7.5 minutes in, and I'm going to say you're welcome. Anyhow, I guess the important thing to say here is enjoy your music, enjoy your time with the music, and no matter what gear you're sampling with, it's going to take a while to figure out what works and what doesn't. I am very happy with the Rotel system. I have the 1590 Mark II, which is the Texas Instruments DAC. That's during that whole COVID shifting, they made Mark II of a lot of things. And the CD11 tribute player there for the passing of Ken Ishiwara. My lighting is bad in here for that other lens. So these have been sounding great. However, the Rotel, one standout issue with the Rotel. This is on sale. These are actually on sale. One of my other friends asked me about the Arendals, and I just got them a while ago. Why am I selling them? Well, my answer to everybody why I'm selling the Arendals so soon is not because I'm not happy with them. I am extremely happy with them. But to reiterate my comment and my reply to this friend that asked me, why would I sell them if they're so good? And I said, well, say you own a pretty nice Toyota. Toyotas are pretty reliable cars, and they do well, they perform well, there's nothing wrong with them, they're very, very reasonably valued. But the dealer approached you and said, hey, you've been such a good client, you're a good friend, we know you well, blah, 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 whatever the situation is. And the dealer offered you a Lexus instead. Now, tell me you wouldn't trade in, your Toyota for a Lexus, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Would you? And then essentially that's the situation. The situation is, I've got light bouncing off is that actual sunlight? Kind of hard to, probably is now. Yeah, that's bouncing off the cars. ADHD. Okay, so yeah, that's why. The Arendals are amazing. 92 dB sensitive, 8-inch drivers, mid-range from the top two, bass on the bottom. They're bi-wireable, so the tweeter is one and then everything else is on the other one. So you can run a different amp for everything lower than that. It would be cool to put tubes up top, solid state on the bottom, Class D to run this, Class A to run these. It'd be pretty cool. But I have a line of offers for new equipment and a plan to do more demos. So my plan going forward, and you can give me some feedback, comment the word subs as in subscribers and subs as in subwoofers. My plan going forward is to get stand mounts instead of towers. I know, I love towers. Towers of power. To get bookshelves, stand mounts, and pair them with subs, which is typically a no-no in hi-fi. So hear me out, this is why. It's a challenge. I want to get bookshelves, stand mounts, and subs, and integrate them into the room with a new preamp. So do you guys follow so far? I said this is for sale, this is for sale. This I'm borrowing, and thank you again to Leo at Orchard Audio. Thank you very much. The idea is to use stand mounts and subs in a 2.2, so 2 stand mounts and 2 subs to balance this room out, because this room is relatively small. I don't need large scale in here, but I can do with some bass alignment for either sound or timing. So I'm planning on using stand mounts and subs to resolve that problem. Now I have an amp in mind, or a set of amps in mind, and I will be using that plus the new preamp and the new stand mount sub combination, and I can demo what kind of hi-fi you can get from that integration rather than getting large, heavy, awkward towers. Now these are 111 pounds each, roughly. Youthman just did a comparison on the THX Towers and the THX Towers from Arendal Sound, and there is a significant difference in them. The tweeter's higher, the size of the cabinet's bigger, heavier, and moving these around, if you're moving them in space, or in my case, I'm demoing some stuff, I don't need to be moving heavy stuff like this. When I visited my buddy Jay's got a house that's so full of gear because he's just at that level. And to see him move a lot of stuff around, I can see that there's pains in it. Literally back pains. So I don't want to run into that problem. So the plan going forward, if I can title this brief, update and opinion on Advanced Paris, it will be moving to stand mounts and subs with a set of amps and a new preamp eventually all sorted out. And then I will try my best and report on doing sub integration with stand mounts in rooms. And that's my plan, because I believe at a certain price you can buy higher fi in bookshelves than you can large towers. Towers cost more, but you can get a higher tier. Like, would you get Sonetto 8s in the Sonus Faber line, or would you get Olympica Nova 1s? Right? Same family, different kind of quality, because the part, the crossover, the driver tach, the cabinet itself in the Olympica Nova line is much more significant than is the Sonetto 8s in towers. And we all know your stereo imaging can be separate from how your bass responds in your room, right? And everybody following me so far? Okay, so we're approaching the 15-minute mark. I appreciate you watching the video so far. I've gotten some great feedback on the videos, and I need to continue doing original content, so please bear with me. There's music through this whole thing, so chances are it's going to get copyright flagged, so help me out and comment below. Write the word subs, and then let me know your opinion on the ideas going forward here. I'm hoping that it's all going to work out. We'll see what happens. I have to sell these first. I have to sell this first, and then I have to work some magic, and then figure out what I'm going to get in the next little while. Yes, so thank you, friends, for joining me. I hope you like the point of view video. You can still see me in the mirror, so we're doing a picture-in-picture. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to have a snack. You see what I have tucked in under here. I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you being around. Comment if possible, and I'll see you in the next one. Cool? All right. Take it easy.